Hi friends, today we'll discuss about the two important method of estimating reliability, that is internal consistency method, where you can find in internal consistency method there are two methods. One is split up method, second one is rational equivalence method. We'll discuss the split up method. What is split up method, what is its limitation in due course. Keep watching. The split up method, as the name suggests, you can just split one test into two equal half. That means you have to divide one test into two halves. If you have 10 questions, you have to divide it into 5 questions in one half, 5 questions in another half. But the most important thing you have to keep in mind, how you can divide it. You can follow different ways, like you can just divide it by taking the odd number items in one half and even number item in one another half. So for instance, I'm giving you one example. If you have 10 questions or 10 items in a test, you can take 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 number questions in one half and the item number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in another half. And you can also follow another way. That means you can take question number 1 and 4 in one half, 2 and 3 question number 2 and 3 in another half. You can, in this way, you can divide, and there are many ways to split one test into two equal halves, and you can find the score of by administering the two sets of test. You can get the score, and you can follow the formula like Strearman Brown professor formula, where the formula is RTT is equal to 2 RHS divided by 1 plus RHS. I'm giving you one example. Say for instance, you have by splitting the test, you get two tests, and you give that two tests into the two groups, and you find the correlation coefficient of the two test score is 0.7. Then you can say RHS is equal to 0.7, and here RTT is equal to reliability coefficient of the test. So now we are moving towards the limitations of this method. So in limitations, there are many limitations, but I have put two important limitations. That means the first limitation is this method will gives you a distorted picture, and when all items are equal default. Say for instance, I have given you one example, speed test. In speed test, you can find the all items having equal difficulty level. That's why in speed test this method will not work properly. And you may have a doubt in speed test. Speed test is a psychological test with respect to time, how many questions the student or the subject will answer with a stipulated predetermined time. That is the speed test. And the next limitation is test can be divided into two halves by following different ways. So by forgetting one unique value of reliability is a question mark here. So this is yet another severe limitation of this method. So in Notabene, you can say when test and parallel form fails or not possible to construct, in that case split half is considered to be the best method. So this is the limitation of this split half method. So now we are moving towards the next method, that is rational equivalence method. Rational equivalence method, and this method will help you to compute the intercorrelation between the items with the test as a whole. That means you can find out the intercorrelation between each and every items with the total test. You can find the intercorrelation, and this method can follow the formula of Kudo Richardson. Kudo Richardson are two psychologists as well as statisticians. They have given one formula. That formula is RKR20 is equal to K divided by K minus 1 whole into 1 minus summation PQ divided by standard deviation. Don't be confused with K. Sometimes you can find N instead of K, and K and N both are representing the same thing, that is number of items in the test. If you have 10 items, 10 questions, then k or n is equal to 10, and p is equal to proportion of group of answering a test item correctly. That means if you have 10 question in a test and you have 10 subject, 10 students, and in your test 10 questions, and say for instance question number 1 was answered by 2 students correctly, that means 2 students have given correct answer for question number 1, then the proportion will be 2 divided by number of students, number of students, that is 10. 2 students out of 10 have given the correct response, so the proportion will be 0.2. So q is equal to 1 minus p, that means 1 minus 0.2, that is 0.8. That means proportion of the group of students answering the question incorrectly. And here standard deviation, you can see the sigma square. And in Notabene, you can say the K20 method is relevant for tests intended to be homogeneous, like attitude scale, and it's definitely superior than split half method. But the basic limitation, you can say limitation or advantage, also both, it is applicable for homogeneous test. We are moving towards the limitations. And in limitation, you can say this method is especially used for homogeneous test, and when you are talking about heterogeneity or heterogeneous test, you can find the reliability is very low. This is the foremost limitation of rational equivalence method. Then the next limitation is neither split up or rational equivalence should be used to determine the reliability of speed test. As we have already discussed, speed test is a psychological test with respect to time, how what number of questions the testee is completing with a stipulated time period is the speed test. So it is, for speed test, neither split up or nor rational equivalence is applicable. So this is another limitation. Now we are moving towards the factors affecting reliability. What are the factors coming in the way of reliability? The first factor is length of the test. Means if the test is too long or too short, definitely it will impact the reliability. The second one is nature of group. If the group is homogeneous, then you can find very low reliability. If the group is heterogeneous, then you can find the reliability is very good, and you can say you can generalize the reliability. Then the test condition or testing condition, where you are doing the test, if the temperature, the room condition, everything is quite good, then you can find the reliability is accurate. Otherwise, the testing condition impact the reliability. The third or the fourth one is printing error. While you are printing the test, you should be careful and you have to cross check it so that there will be no printing mistake. If there is printing mistake, then definitely you will have a means an inaccurate reliability score. And the next one, the fifth one, is too easy or too difficult items. If the items are too easy, then maximum number of subject answer the item correctly. That means the reliability is too high. You can get a very high score of reliability. And if the questions or items are too difficult, then maximum number of students fail to respond that item, so you can get the reliability score is very low. So definitely it will impact on reliability. Then the next one and the important one is examiner subjectivity. It will impact the reliability. That means it is many times, usually reliability is affected by examiner subjectivity. Sometimes the examiner put his own perception while evaluating or giving the test or taking the test from the subject. So the examiner should be careful of examiner's biasness or putting his own perception. So these are the factors which influence reliability to a greater extent. That is length of the test, nature of the group, testing condition, printing error, too easy and too difficult items, examiner subjectivity. So this is all about. So thank you very much for your patience. So I'll end this video by quoting a quote of Eleanor Roosevelt: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dream." So thank you. If you have any query or questions, you can mail me, and I have given the means the link to you to find the previous video of reliability. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day.